Hi, as I told you before, my weakness is turnarounds. Companies that screwed up and are now being fixed. I like to sleuth them. Why? First, because very few do it. It's hard. So those who do it have an edge. But second, the stock of a turnaround is usually very cheap. And if you sleuth it right, you can make money even if the stock only gets back to its previous high or even gets partly there. No need to make a heroic assumption of the stock reaching fresh new highs. So, last month, I felt the need to look for a turnaround. A sleuth urge for fun. But which turnaround to look for? I mean, there are many screwed up companies out there, most of which will become value traps forever. So, to begin, I put down some criteria, some requirements of what I look for and what I will not look for. I tried to make them as severe as I could. Here they are, 10 of them. Requirement number one, the company has to be clearly number one in its industry, a leader. Requirement number two, the screw up has had to be recent, not very far in the past. Requirement number three, management who screwed up has to be gone and new management is there with fresh viewpoint and fresh capabilities. Requirement four, there's plenty of cash flow for obvious reasons. Requirement five, either insiders are buying the stock or the company is buying back its shares. One of the two, hopefully both. Requirement six, allied to requirement five, alternatively, the top hedge funds are buying the stock. More about this later. Requirement seven, the underlying business of the company needs no inventory and preferably customers are paying in advance. Like a movie exhibitor like Cineplex or airlines or magazine subscribers. So no need for lots of working capital up front or unsold inventory which could go stale. Requirement number eight, the number of customers is growing and preferably there are also new corporate partners. Requirement number nine, nice to have, hidden value in the customer's data to be used either to refine the product or to sell the customer data to other customers. Number 10, recognizable name brand that may already be made into a verb, like Xerox. Okay, that's it. 10 severe requirements. What now? Well, off I went to my various databases and text AI searches. 3 days passed and voila, what did I get? I got 4 names. One name I scratched off because it only passed 7 of the 10 requirements. A second name passed 8 of the 10, but the accounting was a bit dodgy, so out it went. The third name passed 9 requirements, but I'm keeping it out because it's not very liquid. But the fourth name passed all 10 criteria. And what's more, it's a big cap stock, a well-known name, and if the stock merely gets back to its all-time high, it could be a 3.5 bagger from here. Yeah, not as good as Meta's 6 bagger, which I gave you, or Idono's 7 bagger, today's 7.5, but 3.5 is pretty good. And if it ever goes higher than that, it can be even 4 or 5 bagger or more. Maybe. Well, which stock is it? It's PayPal, PYPL symbol. PayPal ticks all the 10 boxes, and one more box as well. That one is if as and when the market crashes next year, PayPal would likely fall less in the market, but higher from here, because it is so necessary for commerce that it will probably buck some of the trend. I'm saying probably, maybe. Anyway, here is the chart of PayPal, where the stock has been, where it is now, and where I estimate it may be in the future, if everything goes well. Here it is. Freeze the screen. Again, remember it's not a recommendation, only a pointer for a sleuthing exercise for you to sharpen up your sleuthing skills. All right, let's go over the 10 requirements one by one. Requirement number 1, the company has to be clearly number one in its industry. Well, PayPal sure is. It has 35% of the global payment market. Then comes Stripe, Shopify, and Amazon. And PayPal's 35% share keeps rising. Requirement number 2, the screw up has had to be recent, not far in the past. Well, it was about 2.5 years ago, and since then it's improving. But is it improving fast or slowly? You've got to go find out in your own sleuthing. I'm not going to do all the work for you, eh? Requirement number 3, management change so there's some viewpoint. It sure has. Nearly all the suite of PayPal was replaced, and executives from Intuit are there, experienced and aggressive. Check them out. Requirement number 4, there's plenty of cash flow. Yes, indeed. $4.5 billion free cash flow last year, 5.5, maybe 6 estimated for this year, as per management. Again, check it out. Requirement number 5, either insiders are buying the stock or the company is buying back shares. Well, only half of this is true. No insiders are buying yet, although the CEO bought once last year. But last year, the company itself did a $5 billion buyback, almost 5% of the stock. And in 2024, this year, the company promised to buy even more. Another tick for the requirement. Requirement number 6. Alternatively, top hedge funds should be buying the stock. Hedge funds, yes. As you know, hedge funds come and go, and there are many of them. And they are ranked from 1 star to 5 star based on their performance. Those with 1 or 2 stars don't last long because the clients leave. The number 3s we don't care about. But what about the 4 and 5 star hedge funds? These are the long-term winners. We want to see what they do. So what do they do regarding PayPal? Here, the top star hedge funds have been buying PayPal. Like whom? Like Joel Greenblatt of Gotham Asset Management. He wrote The Magic Green Machine, Who Makes the Money. 5-star ranking. He increased his PayPal holding 48% last year. Or Jim O'Shaughnessy, who wrote What Worked on Wall Street, a book I recommended to you. He bumped his holding 31%, and his is a 4-star fund. Or how about Ken Fisher, son of the legendary Phil Fisher, who wrote Common Stocks for Uncommon Profit. His fund is a 4-star, and he upped his PayPal holding 9%. Or even Canada's own Francis Chu, a highly ranked hedge fund, he just opened a position recently. Well, how about all these highly starred votes of confidence? Requirement number 7. The business needs no inventory, and preferably the customers pay in advance. Well, PayPal needs no microchip inventory, no bricks, no shoes, not even stocks and bonds. It gets the customer to order to ship, say, $1,000. The customer sends the $1,000, and PayPal ships it and gets paid. Order first, fulfillment second. No need to keep an inventory. So tick that too. Requirement number 8, customers growth. And preferably also growth in corporate partners. Bingo on both. PayPal's active user base grew to 420 million users, 40% up from 5 years ago. And there are more partnerships. Apple and Venmo too. And PayPal is now also a payment option on Amazon. Now, why all these new partners? Because of PayPal's reach of 420 million active users. They add to the corporate partner not just payment capability, but maybe new customer also. Requirement number 9, nice to have, hidden value in the customer's data to be used to refine the product and to sell to others. Tick again. PayPal has a new product every month, and it is employing users' data to predict their needs and can refine the product. That's why users' engagement is up 50%. That's time spent by users on the website. And 2, product development cycle of PayPal is shorter as the company learns more and more what its customers really need. And tied to this, by the way, unique to PayPal's number 1 position, there's the network effect. Each new alliance and each additional customer makes PayPal more valuable to the others as the number 1 money shipper, which tied to the last requirement, number 10, a recognizable name brand that may already be made into a verb, like Xerox. Copy now is called Xeroxing. Well, to PayPal somebody almost means to wire him the money. All 10 requirements have been met. Now, what are the negatives? Yeah, there are 3 ones. First, revenue growth has slowed, 21% in 2020 to 8% in 2023. But that's old management. What will it be at 2024 under new management? Again, you go ahead and sleuth it out. Why should I do all the work for you? Second, there's no insider buying yet, to be honest, just corporate buyback, although this is massive. And there are all these high-starred hedge funds buying. Third and last, PayPal may be acquired for all the above wonderful qualities, so you won't get the full three-bagger. Yeah, I admit, it's kind of a negative, but not a big one. Finally, I'm sure you're asking, how to find out if the above is good enough or just good on paper, or rather in a video clip. You got it. You must sleuth it all out yourself. Only this way you can get the conviction. But sleuth how? Yep. Buy my books, The Sleuth Investor, then The Sleuth Investor, and follow the method. It's all right there. That's all for now. Please let me know in a comment below what you think of the above. And if you like it, subscribe and forward it to all your subscribers and friends who they're subscribed to. And buy my books so you can learn the method I use to try to take the money of those market players who haven't read them. See you next time. And meantime, thank you very much for watching.